The Dave Chappelle Netflix The Closer story will not go away because people continue to talk about it. The mainstream media is absolutely furious. They are infuriated that Netflix has not taken this down. They are so mad that Dave Chappelle is winning and that he refuses to be canceled, that he has doubled down on his comments and said, F the mainstream media, F these people. I want to talk to real people. Twitter is not real life, and I stand by all of the jokes I made and everything I said. And when he called out the trans community, basically saying that as soon as someone makes a joke, you guys freak out. You can do all these things about all these other groups of people, but as soon as someone makes a joke about your group, you freak out, you try to cancel them. So what did they do to prove him wrong? He made a joke about them and they freaked out and they tried to cancel him. But not everyone is siding with the woke mob. There are some people who are standing up and defending Dave Chappelle. And I thought this was really interesting. We're going to watch this video of a transgender comedian. Ironically, a transgender comedian was the same person, was one of the people that stuck up for Dave Chappelle that he told that heart-wrenching story about at the end of The Closer. Well, it seems like somebody else is very much willing to say, hey, this is funny. I'm a comedian, and I don't care if I'm trans. I don't care about that. This is funny, and that's what comedy is supposed to be about. Some people just do not understand this shit. So, what is going on there? That was weird. Let's watch on CNN. So we'll pause it a couple times because, you know, we're going to make sure we're doing fair use, CNN. Don't worry. I know you're fucking upset, CNN. I know you're upset that I blasted you on Patriot Outpost, but we're going to be fair, all right? Let's go. I don't think I shared the audio because I'm an idiot. Let me share the audio. How dumb can you be? All right, let's go.
One of his more outrageous riffs, Chappelle compares the genitalia of trans women to plant-based meat products like the Impossible Burger or Beyond Beef. Did that make you laugh or cringe?
It made me laugh. I'll answer the question first. It made me laugh. Let's see how a transgender comedian feels about this.
It made me scream out loud laughing because I saw the humor in it. I'm a comedian, I'm a human, and I know who Dave Chappelle is and what Dave Chappelle is. He's a comedian. So I thought it was funny. And some of the things that he said, Pam, hear me when I tell you, as a trans person, I did like, ooh. But when it was the truth and it's funny, it's just humor. It's just laughter. We keep missing that.
So
this person is 1,000% spot on. And there's a lot of humor that pushes the edge and things that make it, oh, man. And then you are laughing because it's a statement that you weren't sure that somebody was going to make that way, but you understand what they're saying. You understand why they're saying it. And it is funny. And just like we've seen, Dave Chappelle is taking shots at everybody, every different group, as most successful stand-up comedians have done, because that's so much about what stand-up comedy is. But let's let these people continue.
So what were the things that he said that made you go, ooh?
Yeah, this CNN reporter wants so badly for this person to crush Dave Chappelle. That's what this person wants, and they're not getting it.
With the joke that he said about his girlfriend Daphne, may she rest in peace, because he said that was his friend, that when he gave her the opportunity and she bombed for 45 minutes, but then when somebody roasted her from the audience and said, does the carpet match the drapes? And she said, I don't have carpet, I have hardwood floors. I thought that was hilarious. We have to be able to take, as grown people, and stop being so sensitized in this world and be able to take a joke. It's only a joke. Nobody lost their life. Nobody's blood got cut. Nobody lost their bag. Well, I guess the person who's walking out of Netflix, they're going to lose their bag.
So there you go. And in the chat, we have 100% Sexy saying this person is Flame Monroe. And yes, they just put it up right there. Flame Monroe is this comedian's name, this transgender comedian who's saying, listen, what Dave Chappelle is saying is comedy. It is humor. And people need to stop being so damn sensitive about it. And it has resulted in some people leaving Netflix, like she mentioned. Netflix fires, and look at the way that this, you can just tell sometimes when you see a website and you see the headlines, what they're going to try to spin, the narrative they're going to try to spin. Netflix fires Black pregnant employee organizing worker walkout. The streaming giant continues to find new and novel ways to shoot itself in the foot regarding Dave Chappelle's latest transphobic comedy special. Netflix confirms it has fired the unnamed employee organizing the upcoming trans workers' protest of the company's handling and subsequent response to the closure. Dave Chappelle's ninth and blessedly final exclusive stand-up special that also features heaps of queer-phobic material. Dave Chappelle even said these people will make up words. That is the first. Listen, I read through a lot of these insane fucking pieces, a lot of these nut jobs that write these articles. I ain't never seen queer-phobic before. I have never seen queer-phobic. That's a new one for me. Another made-up word to put a notch in their belt. We have let go of an employee for sharing confidential, commercially sensitive information outside the company, a Netflix PR spokesman said. We understand this employee may have been motivated by disappointment and hurt with Netflix, but maintaining a culture of trust and transparency is core to our company. Of course, this person didn't get fired because they were black, because they were trans, because they were pregnant. No, none of this stuff. They got fired because they leaked confidential information about the inside numbers of Netflix, and they were immediately terminated for that. Immediately terminated. And just as a white, straight male would have been if he had leaked all of that information. So they're not going to stop coming after Dave Chappelle. This is going to continue. This walkout, I think, is scheduled for Wednesday, if I remember right. And I don't think it's going to be that many people. I honestly don't. I think that it's going to be, again, these weirdos, these weird people and their allies, right? The allies that feel like they need to do something or else they'll be labeled something. They'll be labeled transphobic. They'll be labeled a bigot if they don't just go along with it. So they will do it for virtue signal points. The bottom line is that the people who are offended by this, the extreme fucking minority of people that are actually legitimately offended by this, they need to grow thicker skin. They need to. Comedy is comedy. Comedy has no boundaries. Comedy talks about everybody. It is equal opportunity. Dave Chappelle has made fun of black people. He's made fun of Asian people. He's made fun of Jewish people, homosexual people, trans people, everybody. So the idea that you feel the need to cancel this man and get this pulled from Netflix over him making jokes is literally insane. He continues to stand up for himself. Netflix continues to say, we are not going to take this show down. And it'll be interesting to see what plays out. But we do know that Dave Chappelle has allies in the trans community that do find what he said funny, regardless of who he's talking about. And that's a good thing. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.